Hey, good evening, Facebook. Hopefully this is coming out. Sorry, a little later than I was expecting. I just got a bit flummoxed with getting everything ready for you this evening. So I hope you're all well and ready for a bit of a sing-along. Have you got your songbooks? They are on my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. On the front page, you can grab them there. Hello, Steve Brewis, always the first in the room. Steve, nice to see you. I'm glad you're on the ball this evening. We've got people watching. Give me a shout if you can hear me. Hopefully that's all working. Ash, hi, nice to see you, Ash. Faye, my wife, is watching, though I know she's watching. She's just over here. So, well, thank you so much for joining me this evening on this wonderful Thursday. I hope you're all doing well in self-isolation. Now, as we kind of wait to become quora and everyone's joining, I thought we might just start with our usual little medley. So all the regulars know how this goes. This will consider it a little bit of a warm-up. Here we go. Lambeth, you've never seen. The skies ain't blue, the grass ain't green. It hasn't got that Mayfair touch, but that don't matter very much. We play the Lambeth way, not like you, but a bit more gay. And when we have a lot of fun, oh boy, here we go then. Anytime you're Lambeth way, any evening, any day, you'll find us all. What do you find us? Doing the Lambeth walk. What? Every little Lambeth gal with a little Lambeth pal, you'll find us on. What do you find us? Doing the Lambeth walk. Oi! Everything free and easy. You must know the lyrics for this now. Easy. Why don't you make your way there? Go there, stay there. Once you get down Lambeth way, every evening, every day, you'll find us on. What do you find us? Doing the Lambeth walk. Hey, there we go. Lovely to see lots of friendly faces and friendly names. Nice to see you all joining us again this Thursday. I hope you're all well. Some swaying for this one as usual, please. Suppose it depends how much you had to drink already this evening. Here we go. Come, come, come and make eyes at me down at the old Ball and Bush. Da 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 da. Come, come, drink some port wine with me down at the old Ball and Bush. Hear the little German band, da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, dear. Do, come and have a drink or two down at the old Ball and Bush, Bush, Bush. For all the West Ham fans in, I know everyone else is going to groan. I'm forever blowing, but you know how this works. Pretty bubbles in the air. They fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Then like my dreams they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding. I've looked everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. Now this next one's a dedication to the wonderful Vicky Widdicombe, living just down the road from here. I believe Vicky and David are watching this evening, because it's Vicky's birthday today. So this is for you, Vicky, dedication to you, because I believe you've been out on the tandem with David. So this one's for you guys. It goes like this. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, oh, for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two. There we go, Vicky, happy birthday. Hope you're having a lovely day. Now we all know this one with a classic Cockney interjection. Here we go. Let's all go down the Strand, have a banana. Let's all, you know the drill. I'll be leader, you can march behind. Come with me, see what we can find. Let's all go down the Strand, have a banana. Oh, what a happy band. That's the place of fun and noise, all amongst the girls and boys. So let's all go down the Strand. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner and I love London so. Have a banana. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner and I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me, just walking up and down. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love... Are we chorus yet? One more time. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London so. Have a banana. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me, just walking up and down. Here we go, big finish. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Hey, there we go. Just a little warm-up for you. You should all be learning the lyrics for those and know them off by heart by now. But yeah, there we go. Another Thursday night. It's my 7th self-isolation sing-along this evening. So thank you so much for joining me again. And sending all your requests in. I'm rammed full of requests today. I will do what I can to get them through. But we've got plenty of... I've got a few requests that I might roll over until next week's very special VE Day sing-along. But I'll tell you a little more about that later on. So, yes, Faye, my wife here, is over working on the comments. So she's probably got some people to give a shout out to.
I have. I've got, first of all, we're going to start with a big thank you to Sue Ashton Day, who's been spreading the word about the sing-along. So big
thank you, Sue. Sue's one of my Wilton's regulars, has seen me many, many times at Wilton's Music Hall. And she's been great for kind of spreading the word about Carradine's Cockney Sing-along on the internet over the last few weeks. We've
got a shout out for the Walking Football Kingston group, many of whom are watching for the very first time this evening.
Kingston Walking Football, my word. Thank you, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
And we've got just a hi from the Coach and Horses mob.
Hey, hello Coach and Horses mob. The Coach and Horses is a wonderful pub in the West End in Soho, where they have a sing-along every Wednesday and Saturday night. Yeah, one of the last remaining kind of sing-along pubs in London. So, yes, huge shout out to the Coach and Horses guys. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining me in these very weird times and the kind of... As I said, most of you know that I would normally be on a Thursday night at Mr. Fogg's Tavern in Covent Garden. That's where I normally reside. But of course, due to the lockdown, I am here live streaming on Facebook. Just for you, we've got some requests, as I said. Grab your songbooks. Kirsten has very kindly given us the link to the songbooks, so you can get those from my website, which is carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. Thank you, Kirsten, for that. And for Marcus, who's behind the scenes, who's just pinned that comment down as well. So we've got a few birthdays in this evening. A few birthdays with requests a little later on. But a huge birthday shout out to Lisa Nunn, whose birthday's on Saturday.
I've got Mary Ford in Hove.
Oh, Mary Ford in Hove. Happy birthday. And, of course, a huge 100th birthday to the wonderful, now Colonel Tom Moore. What a fantastic guy and doing a fantastic job in raising all that money for the NHS. So what an amazing guy. So we're going to sing happy birthday to all of you. So, Lisa, to... Who's in Hove?
Mary,
Lisa, Mary, and Colonel Tom. It goes like this. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to everyone. Happy birthday to you. There we go. As I said, lots of other birthday requests coming up a little later on with specific things. But now I thought I'd give a little shout out to all the people from around the world who are listening in today. I certainly know I've got people from... well, I'll come to them in a little song. We should have Georgia Butterworth, who's watching in Australia. Give us a wave, Georgia, if you're watching. This is a shout out from her dad, John, who was from Tunbridge Wells. And I thought we'd do a little bit of Waltzing Matilda. Do we all know this? Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of the coolibah tree, and we sat as we watched and he waited till his billy boiled. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? And we sat as we watched and he waited till his billy boiled. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? There we go. So Georgia in Australia watching this evening. Now I'm going to go across to Faye to see any other glamorous locations for people watching this evening.
Oh, we have got so many. Right, I've been madly scribbling them down.
Here we go.
Let's give this a go. They're a bit of a mix-up. So we've got Angelica in Vienna.
Vienna!
We've got Karen in Toronto.
Toronto!
Daniel in Texas.
Texas! All the stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Reminds me of the one I love. Deep in the heart of Texas, there for Daniel. There we go. Where else we got?
We've got Yvonne in Florence.
In Florence, Florence.
Angelica in Bavaria.
Oh my word, Bavaria as well.
Right, here's one I'm really going to be tested with pronunciation. I've got Martin, Wibka and Margit in Worcester, Norcia Cuesta.
Hey!
Sorry if that's wrong. I'm so sorry, my German isn't great.
Nice to see you guys.
We've got Michelle in Rainy, Virginia.
Ah, Virginia, wonderful.
We've got Michael and Karen separately in New Jersey.
In New Jersey, lovely.
Joan in Italy. Dana in California. We've got David in California as well.
Well, that is so. California, here I come, right back where I started from. That's enough of that.
We've got Malta in Düsseldorf in Germany.
Düsseldorf, Germany, welcome.
We've got Karen in Copenhagen.
Hey, well, this one's for Copenhagen then. Wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, salty old queen of the sea. Neath the tavern light on this merry night, let us clink and drink it down. Wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, salty old queen of the sea. Once we sail away, but we're home today, singing Copenhagen, wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen for me. Welcome to Denmark, Copenhagen. You say either, I say either. Potato, potato.
Lovely. Well, right, we've also got Stephen and Joy in Chicago. Dave in Boston, Massachusetts.
And the lights all went out in Massachusetts.
And we've got Mariana in Brazil.
Brazil! Brazil! I can't do it like my stage husband Champagne Charlie with his Carmen Miranda hat on. That's his job.
But we must not forget also our viewers closer to home. So we've got Mitch in Chatham.
Hey, Mitch!
Claire in Tunbridge Wells.
Hey, Tunbridge
We've got
Wells.
the Scottons watching in Devon.
Hello,
We've
Scottons.
got Jane in the Norfolk Broads. We've got Emma in Brighton and John in Telford. But to name just a few of them.
Well, there we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us. 300 odd of you today. Fantastic. Well, I want to get on with some singing. Actually, though, before we get there, this is a shout out to Parker McIntosh, who's over in Vancouver, in Canada, British Columbia. We've been chatting on Instagram over the last few weeks about old English folk songs and old Canadian folk songs. And actually, he sent me over some sheet music for one. And I thought you'd be fascinated to hear this, because this is a song called We Are Canadians. Nothing more patriotic than that. But it's interesting that, of course, the Cockney influence has gone across in these. So just have a listen and see whether you can pick out the Cockney. I'm not joking you. This is the legitimate song. We Are Canadians. So this is a huge shout out to all those Canadians who are watching this evening. And it goes like this. It's quite marchy. Oh, we come from the east and we come from the west. We are Canucks, you see. We come from hill and we come from vale to fight for liberty. Cor blimey. I'm not joking, it's in the sheet music. And now that we're with the best of British sons, we don't give a damn for the Kaiser or his sons. Canadians. We are Canadians. Oh, cor blimey. What do you think of that? There we go, for all my Canadian watchers. Can you believe that's a legitimate Canadian song, but obviously took those kind of Cockney sing-along influences across? They creep up everywhere, don't you know? So, we've had Daniel in Texas. Fantastic. Hi, Daniel. I've got a request for you a little later on. And, but of course, we've had some requests for a bit of Chaz and Dave. Some people sing about Deutsche girls and Deutsche girls from California. It might be alright for tonight, alright, but I don't trust them, I warn ya. I've been to the east and I've been out west and I've been all the world around. But there ain't no single anywhere else but the girls from London town. Oh, give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find one, I made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. One more time. Oh, give me a London girl every time. I've gotta find them, I made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time. I want a London girl. There we go for all the Chaz and Dave fans out there.
Just say I'm getting an error loading, so I don't know if other people are having.
Oh, hopefully you're still seeing me. I still see comments coming up, so I think people are still watching. That's
just
great.
My thing
Just face phone, which has crashed. There we go. Well, welcome for all of you around the world. Now, people were asking last week, there wasn't a lot of Cockney stuff in last week, so I'm going to do some Cockney stuff for you this evening. Now, here's a little lesson in Cockney rhyming slang. How good are you at Cockney rhyming slang? This next song is an old Cockney song, and actually I saw Debbie Jeffries was watching. This is one of her favourites. This is a song called Barra Boy. All my life I wanted to be a Barra Boy. But it's got some Cockney rhyming slang in the opening verse, which goes like this. Up the apples and pears. We all know what apples and pears are. Cockney rhyming slang for stairs. Across the Rory O'More. Any ideas? It's floor. Across the Rory O'More. Off to see me dear old Trouble and Strife. Wife, of course. On the Cain and Abel table, you will always see a pair of Jack the Rippers. Pair of slippers, there we go. Not a pair of slippers. Yes, on the Cain and Abel, you will see a pair of Jack the Rippers. Kippers, not slippers, what am I talking about? And a cup of Rosie Lee. I'm not going to eat my slippers, am I? Well, what could be better than this? A nice old cuddle and kiss underneath the pale moonlight. Then some Tommy Tucker, some supper, and off to Uncle Ned, off to bed. Oh, what a lovely night tonight. So this is a little Cockney sing-along classic on page 3 of your songbooks. Now we know what the Cockney rhyming slang means. We're not going to eat any slippers. Here we go. Up the apples and pears, across the Rory O'More, I'm off to see my dear old Trouble and Strife. On the Cain and Abel, you will always see a pair of Jack the Rippers and a cup of Rosie Lee. What could be better than this? A nice old cuddle and kiss out beneath the pale moonlight. Then some Tommy Tucker and off to Uncle Ned. Oh, what a lovely night tonight. All together then, 'cause all my life I wanted to be a Barra Boy. A Barra Boy I've always wanted to be. Now I've hold my papers, I carry them with pride. I'm a coster from over the Lambeth side. I turn me back upon the whole society and gone to where the ripe bananas grow. They're only a dozen a shilling, that's how I earns me living. I ought to been a Barra Boy years ago. Get off me barrow, I ought to been a Barra Boy years ago. Here's another old musical song, this one made famous by Albert Chevalier. Watcher, all the neighbours cry, who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the street, Bill? Laugh. I thought I should have died. I knocked him in the old Kent Road. One more time. Watcher, all the neighbours cry, who you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the street, Bill? Laugh. I thought I should have died. I knocked him in the old Kent Road. And one of my favourites, and we've had a few requests for this again. On Mother Kelly's doorstep, down Paradise Row, still there in Bethnal Green, I'd sit along Nellie, she'd sit along Joe. Hello Brighton, she's got a little hole in her frock, a hole in her shoe, a hole in her stocking where the toe peeped through. But Nellie was the smartest down our alley, on Mother Kelly's doorstep. I'm wandering now. Originally sung by Fred Barnes, this one. And little girl Nellie remembers Joe, her beau, and does she love me like she used to? On Mother Kelly's doorstep, down Paradise Row. But of course many of us will remember that from the wonderful Danny LaRue in the 1970s. Oh dear Danny. How about this one, an old music hall one? There was I, waiting at the church, waiting at the church, waiting at the church, when I found he left me in the lurch. Lord, how it did upset me. All at once, he sent me round a note. Here's the very note, and this is what he wrote. I can't get away to marry you today. My wife won't let me. And this one, which we think is a classic Cockney song, but actually, as I've said before, is an American import, this one. A Tin Pan Alley song from 1927. But let's hear it then, we all know this. Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing our songs side by side. Don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing our load. How do we do it? side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When we've all had our quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing our song, side by side. Hey, a little collection of Cockney classics there. Thank you so much for joining in at home with the songbooks and all your comments coming as well. Fantastic. Welcome, people who are just joining us. If you haven't got the songbooks, they are on my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. And of course, if you like what I'm doing, do share this now with your friends. Click on the share button and share it. If you're sharing it, try not to share it as a watch party. If you're sharing it within the feed, then if people are commenting, they can comment on this video itself rather than a watch party where you're commenting among yourselves. So if you want to be involved in the whole party and see who else is on this evening, then definitely join the original stream, not a watch party. So fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. I can see loads of comments coming in, so I'm going to pass over to Faye for a few more shout-outs.
Okay, we've got Joanna in Hertfordshire who's watching tonight with her friend Rose, who is 102 and really enjoying it. So
oh,
hello,
Rose, 102, my word. Honoured to have you sharing the evening with us this evening.
And Dean Turner has asked for a shout out to the vintage dapper darling Linda Easton.
Hey!
And apparently she may well get the rag rug finished soon.
Linda, get the rag rug finished. There we go, Dean. I thought of you, Dean, the other day. Faye and I were watching at the weekend those magnificent men in their flying machines. What a great, great film. And yeah, I'm not sure why I thought of you, but of course I did. We did that request for you last week. But also, Dean Turner, a very dapper chap there. Mr. Vintage at Twinwood last year. And his beautiful wife, Linda, as well. So welcome for those of you joining us. I've got a few more shout-outs as well. We've got a wedding anniversary on the 1st of May. That's tomorrow. That's Lynn and Teddy Nichols. Hello to Lynn and Teddy, who've been watching every week, really. So fantastic. Many congratulations for you. We've got a shout-out from Rachel Hallett to Captain Jerry from Tunbridge, who starts his retirement this week. So congratulations, Captain Jerry, and enjoy your retirement from Rachel. We've got a shout out to Richard Heald, my good mate Richard, from Ben Hall, who sent me a message today, who said he should have been meeting Richard at a reenactment event this August, which has been cancelled now, but he does hope that he'll get to meet Richard at some point very soon in the future. And a huge shout out to from Stu Morrison, my good friend Stu, to his wife Gem, who he says, Gemma, who's been amazing during the lockdown. Stu and Gemma are regulars when I play at Wilton's Music Hall in the East End, the oldest grand surviving music hall in the world. So when this is all blown over, I do have a September date at Wilton's, which I can't announce yet. But I do have a September date, so if you're interested in coming to see me live, and fingers crossed we might be live by September, then well, we're still alive, indeed, yes. But no, might be performing live at Wilson's in September. Then make sure you've signed up to my mailing list on my website, and you'll be the first to know when those tickets go on sale. I think Faye's got something she wanted to say.
I was just going to say we've got a few other far-flung locations to
go
shout
on.
out. We've got John and Jennifer in Chattanooga.
Hey, pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Woo! I like places I can play songs for.
And we've had Wilson Matilda, but we've got Karen in Australia.
Hey, Karen, nice to see you.
And we've got Whitton in LA.
Hey, Whitton, the wonderful Whitton in LA, who she's a great big music hall fan as well. So, Whitton, thank you so much for joining us. It's probably a sensible time during the day, isn't it, over there? Oh no, where are we now? Morning for you? Or lunchtime-ish, there we go. So thank you so much for joining us. I've had a few requests for this one. I've got a little tramp medley for you. There are so many wonderful musical songs and variety songs which are about tramps and vagrants and things like that. So this one is a little tramp medley which is on page 4 in your songbooks. Grab your songbooks from carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. And this first one is a little bit of Burlington Bertie. This is originally a song made famous by a drag king, Ella Shields, a woman who dressed up in men's clothing in the music hall. And she made this one very, very famous, but it's also been covered by certainly... Julie Andrews did it, and of course the wonderful Anita Harris as well. We'll talk a little more about Anita Harris later on. But yeah, they did it. So this one goes out to Ash White, who requested it, and also Sam West. Hello, Ash and Sam, you requested this one. This is a little bit of a Burlington Bertie from Bo. Let's see you then at home. Here we go, page 4. I'm Bert. Perhaps you've heard of me, Bert. You've had word of me jogging along, hearty and strong, living on plates of fresh air. I dress up in fashion, and when I am feeling depressed, I shave from my cuff all the whiskers and fluff, stick my hat on and toddle up west. You know the chorus? I'm Burlington Bertie, I rise at 10:30 and saunter along like a toff. I walk down the Strand with me gloves on me hand, and I walk down again with them off. I'm all airs and graces, correct easy paces, without food so long I forgot where my face is. I'm Bert, I haven't a shirt, but my people are well off, you know. Nearly everyone knows me, from Smith to Lord Rosebery. I'm Burlington Bertie from Bow. There we go, for Sam and Ash, that one. Now this one was made famous by the wonderful Mordy Cash. He originally performed this at the Leeds City Varieties, the wonderful music hall up in Leeds. And it goes like this. I live in Trafalgar Square with 4 lions to guard me, fountains and statues all over the place, and the metropole staring me right in the face. I'll own it's a trifle drafty, but I look at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's quite good enough for me. And another classic song about tramps and where they sleep. We all know this one, don't we? One of my favourites. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away. Underneath the arches, on cobblestones we lay. Every night you'll find us tired out and warm, happy when the daylight comes creeping. Do what? Herald in the dawn, sleeping when it's raining, and sleeping when it's fine. I hear the trains rattle by above. Payment is my pillar. Hi Plumstead, no matter where we lay. Hi Daniel in Texas. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away. Now, did I see my stage husband there, Mr. Champagne Charlie? Champagne! He was doing a wonderful live stream at the weekend. Watch out on his Facebook page, because I believe he's going to be doing some more live streams coming very, very soon. So if you're interested in that. But this song reminds me of being down the shaft at the Brunel Museum and doing an event with Charlie. And we sang this song from Easter Parade. We're a couple of swells, we stop at the best hotels, but we prefer the country far away from the city smells. We're a couple of sports, the pride of the tennis courts. In June, July and August we look cute when we're dressed in shorts. Well, maybe not. Charlie looks cute, I don't. The Vanderbilts have asked us up for tea, but we don't know how to get there, no sorry. I need my backing vocals. No sorry. We could drive up the avenue, but we haven't got the price. We would skate up the avenue, but there isn't any ice. We could ride on a bicycle, but we haven't got a bike. So we'll walk up the avenue, yes, we'll walk up the avenue, yes, to walk up the avenue is what we'll like. Now, of course, these songs also continue to slightly more recent times. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let, let's hear you. No phone, no pool, no pets, ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8x12 4-bedroom. A man of means by no means, king of the road last time. A man of means by no means, what? King of the road. Hey, there we go. Across a little tramp medley there, crossing all the eras. Right back from the music hall. And who was that? No, who did the first one? Ella Shields, of course. Ella Shields, who sang Burlington Bertie from Bow for Sam and Ash. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, as I said, I spotted Champagne Charlie lurking around at the back as well. Champagne, nice to see you. Now, another one of my favourite songs, 1969. This one, slightly more modern again. This one was written by Ralph McTell, and I'm sure you're going to know it. It's kind of I learned this at school, sitting cross-legged on the carpet in Coventry, at Sir Frank Whittle Primary School. So this one, Streets of London. What a great song, and hopefully you're going to know it. And join in with me. Here we go. Have you seen? There we go. Wonderful. Ralph McTell's Streets of London. Now, of course, if you like what I'm doing at Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along, you can do me a great favour now by clicking share under the bottom of this post and telling all of your friends what exciting things are going on. Even tag someone in one of these comments so they'll come across and join this sing-along live with me and you. And all of you around the world. Also, if you like what I do, you can take me home with you this evening. I do have now back in stock 2 of my CDs, while, as I say, always with an hour's worth of sing-along classics to annoy your neighbours with during the lockdown, and also another one, my music hall songbook, which has 11 music hall songs which you've never heard the verses for and will probably never hear again. I am aware that those are back to front on the video that you're watching at the moment, but I need to get those flipped round the other way. But there we go. You will get the right way round if you order them. You can order them through my website. And also, if you like what I do and you fancy throwing some coins my way, then feel free to donate to my virtual tip jar, which is on the front page of my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. I see Faye's looking across with a few shout-outs and requests, I think.
I have got a few. I've got a shout-out for Martin and Linda, some stalwart viewers.
Hey, Martin and Linda down in Cornwall.
Michelle Osborne's asked so nicely that she'd just like for a shout-out just to say hi. So, Michelle Osborne.
Hello, Michelle Osborne. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
And another one, and this is from Mark in Paradise Row in Bethnal
Hey,
Green.
Mark in Bethnal Green. Wonderful. Shout out to Bethnal Green. There we go.
And we've got one here from Andrea that says, could we tell John Williams he's getting a lovely roast dinner delivered to him on Sunday, along with Mum's apple pie?
Oh my word, John Williams, you're getting a lovely roast dinner on Sunday. I'm jealous. Can you send some round to here as well?
We're all feeling very jealous.
Very jealous of that. My word. Well, thank you, as I said, thank you so much for joining us. Or 402 of you. If you click the share button, we can share the love, share the sing-along love, and raising the spirits and get people involved. So there we go. Where are we going now? I've got another birthday request, and the wonderful Trix. Trix, are you there? Trix Randerson. Trix, I first met Trix about 7 or 8 years ago at the Twinwood Vintage Music and Dance Festival, which is near and dear to my heart because it's where Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along was really born, in the Nag's Head pub there after hours a long time ago, about 6 years ago. But I first saw Trix because he was pulled up by a good friend of mine, Tristy Vogue, and an all-girl swing band to dance at the front with Josephine Shaker, one of a friend of Tristy's who dances and tap dances in front. And Trix got, and I was sure that Trix was a plant in the audience, that he'd been briefed to what to do, but no, he danced like an absolute dream, and what an absolute legend. And I'm so proud to say that I've got to know Trix really well over the last few years, meeting him and his lovely family, at his growing family at Twinwood over the years. So Trix, happy birthday, mate. Hope you're doing very well. And yeah, Kitty has asked whether I can sing a song for you. And we're going to dedicate this one to you. Now, this is no comment on your parenting skills whatsoever. You're an awesome father. But she thought this might be appropriate. This is also an earworm that lots of people have been saying over the last few weeks. I sang it a few weeks ago. And it's a bit of an earworm. So it's called A Mother's Lament. It has got a sing-along chorus. And as you all know, there is nothing more embarrassing than a sing-along sung alone. So join in with this. It's on page 5 of your songbook. Goes like this. A mother was bathing her baby one night, the youngest of 10 and a tiny young mite. The mother was poor and the baby was thin, only a skeleton covered in skin. The mother turned round for the soap from the rack. She was just a moment, but when she turned back, the baby was gone, and in anguish she cried, "Oh, where is my baby?" The angels reply, you know the chorus, "Your baby has gone down the plug, oh, your baby has gone down the plug." The poor little thing was so skinny and thin, it should have been washed in a jug, Your baby is ever so happy, He won't need a bath anymore. Your baby has gone down the plug hole, not lost but gone before. Now the mother was frantic, the baby was gone, but she had 9 more and the water still warm. She covered her eyeballs and stuck in a pin. She picked out another one ever so thin. Then into the water she brushed off a tear. When she turned back she said, "Crumbs, he's not here. Now this one's gone." And in anguish she cried, "Oh, where is my baby?" The angels replied. What did the angels reply? "Your baby has gone down the plug. Oh, your baby has gone down the plug. Poor little thing was so skinny and thin. It should have been washed in a jug, in a jug. Your baby is ever so happy. He won't need a bath anymore. Your baby has gone down the plug hole, not lost but gone before." Now the mother was livid. "How dare you?" she cried. "Don't take no more chances," the angels replied. "We've had your 2 young uns, we'd like a few more." He gave her a smile, then dissolved through the floor. Now mother was boiling, she smashed in the bath. "You're not having my kids," she cried with a laugh. Now they've not touched water since that very day. It's the smell, mother says, keeps the angels away. What do they say? Your baby has gone down the plug. Oh, your baby has gone down the plug. The poor little thing was so skinny and thin. It should have been washed in a jug, in a jug. Your baby is ever so happy. He won't need a bath anymore. Your baby has gone down the plug hole, not lost but gone before. There we go. That went out to Trix. Happy birthday, Trix. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Now where we go. I'm looking. I've got, as I said, I'm really struggling under the weight of requests at the moment. So I'm going to have to move a couple of these to next week, I think. Trying to get everyone in. This is one I promised last week. Page 6 in your songbooks. This goes out to a few people. This one is a cheeky little animal medley and goes out to James in Lancaster, whose birthday it was this week. And we got another request in here. We're going to start with a little bit of Flanders and Swan. A bold hippopotamus. Here we go. A bold hippopotamus was standing one day on the banks of the cool Shalimar. He gazed at the bottom as he peacefully lay by the light of the evening star. Away on a hilltop sat combing her hair his fair hippopotami maid. The hippopotamus was no ignoramus and sang her this sweet serenade. All together. Mud, mud, glorious mud. Nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. So follow me, follow, down to the hollow, and then let us wallow in glory. I need to change the key for that one. How about this one for California? How much is that dog in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that dog in the window? I do hope that dog is for sale. I must take a trip to California and leave my poor sweetheart alone. If he has a dog, he won't be lonesome, and the doggy will have a good home. All together. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale. But of course, Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. But I've got a little cat and I'm very fond of that. But I'd rather have a bow wow wow. One more time. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. But I've got a little cat and I'm very fond of that. But I'd rather have a bow wow wow. A silly one from the 1940s. Here we go. Hey little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Hey little hen, when will you try to supply one for me? Get into your nest, do your little chest, get it off your chest, and I can do the rest. Hey little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Little bit of Disney for you. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your sorrow. Let's hear you. I mean those bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes to bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. Now if you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at this fancy ants, maybe try a few. The bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. Where are we going? Oh, here we go. A little bit of a back up all my cares and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet and so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. Now this next one's not strictly an animal, more a mythological creature, but it's a great song. Here we go. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Up a banana, little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Now this one goes out to Mark and Janine Ramsey watching in Belfast. Here we go. If you go down to the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down to the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was gathered there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely time today. Watch them catch them unawares and see them picnic on their holiday. See them gaily gad about. They love to play and shout, they never have any cows. At 6 o'clock their mummies and daddies will take them home to bed because they're tired little teddy bears. Last one is a bit of Disney for you. Let's skip to the chorus, here we go. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead the birds fill the skies. All around the cathedral the saints and apostles look down as she sells her wares. Although you can't see it, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. Though her words are simple and few, listen, listen, she's calling to you. Big Finish. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. There we go, that whole animal medley there for James in Lancaster. Happy birthday! Over to Faye.
Okay, we've got a few shout outs. Sarah has said it's her parents Anne and Steve's wedding anniversary. It was yesterday.
Hey, happy anniversary.
31 years.
Good going, 31 years.
Congratulations. James Farrer says that the CDs being mirrored isn't half as confusing as the piano keyboard being the wrong one.
Yes, I know.
And that he's not been the only one who's commented on it. It's obviously messing with the heads of the pianists. And we have one special shout out. Ash White has asked for a shout out to Tom Carradine for keeping our spirits up during the lockdown.
Ash, you're very kind. Thank you. Ash, a wonderful performer based in Folkestone. He's doing some live streams as well. So, and a very, very, very funny man with an an outfit for every occasion. So yeah, give Ash White a follow and have a look out. Actually, talking about wonderful people who are doing fantastic things on Facebook as well. I did promise Pete Morgan, wonderful Pete and Joe, Pete, that I would do a song for him, a bit of Flanders and Swan, the Wampom this evening. But I'm pressed for time, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to push that to next week. But just to say that Pete hosts a fantastic pub quiz on Facebook on a Friday night. So tomorrow night, we'll be there as a family. It's called the Non-Pub Pub Quiz. Monkey Pants Productions, I think. Have a look for it on Facebook. I will try and tag the link in one of the comments. I'll share it through my page as well. But Pete does a fantastic job. We really enjoyed the quiz last week, and he was very kind in giving some shout outs to get people over here. So in return, I'd like to repay the favour, and perhaps if I can send some of you wonderful people across to his and Joe's pub quiz on a Friday night tomorrow night. It's amazing. I think it starts at 8 o'clock. Questions start about 8:15. Wonderful picture round that actually Andrew, my son, aced last week, the chocolate round. So fantastic! It's just amazing, and you'll have a great time. We share it as a family on Zoom with other parts of family around the country. So it's amazing. So huge shout out to Pete. But next week, Pete, I will sing you the Wampom song. It's pretty fast, so I need to practice. Now we are coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. So please, as I said, I've got so many requests this week. I've been kind of drowning under the weight. If you would do me a wonderful favour, guys, because the requests come in from Facebook, through messages, through emails, through Instagram, I would be grateful. I've set up a request page on my website. If you go to Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along /request, I think, or you can click on request at the top, and there's a little form there. If you've got a request coming up for a particular song, or a birthday shout out, or an anniversary, I'd be grateful if you could just put the request in there, just so it's all in one place and my brain doesn't explode. So that'd be great if you could do that, and then I'll try and keep on top of the requests. Just to say, also next week will be VE Day, so kind of focusing on that material next week as well. And also I've got a wonderful live stream for schools as well on the Thursday morning, the day before VE Day, at 11 o'clock in the morning. So if you've got any primary schools that teachers who are interested in doing stuff for VE Day, or your homeschooling, home learning, then have a look on my website for VE Day. There's a VE Day link. There's some little sing-along videos with a little bit of history of the songs to learn, and tomorrow the lyrics for the sing-along will be there, and I'll be on my YouTube channel next Thursday from 11 o'clock for 15 minutes with a little sing-along aimed specifically at primary schools for commemorating VE Day. But hopefully you can join me at 8:30 next week, 8:30 till 9:30 next week for a big VE Day sing-along. And there we go. So as I said, I'm cracking on with some requests. It's Daniel in Texas's birthday today. He's requested this old music hall song. I've been digging through some music hall songs this week, trying to find some interesting ones. And of course there's loads about technology and different types of vehicles, really, that were airships and planes and bicycles, Daisy Bell. But this one is about what you can do on a tram car. This is riding on top of the car. It goes like this. Then we go for a ride on the car. For we know how cosy the tops of the tram cars are. The seats are so small and there's not much to pay. You sit close together and spoon all the way. There's many a miss will be misses one day when riding on top of the car. They're actually going into a transport medley for me. So Daniel, happy birthday! This is going out to, I've lost the message of where this is coming from, but this is going out to John Isaacs, who was born in the East End in 1932. And this is a song that apparently he used to sing in the pubs in the East End. And it's the one from the 1930s, a Sam Brown classic, goes like this. Gone is the romance and broken the vow. We used to be sweethearts, but what are we now? Happy-go-lucky you, broken-hearted me. And Al Bowley too sang this. The man in the moon is as sad as can be. He looks out from heaven and what does he see? Happy-go-lucky you and broken-hearted me. You go to parties, you have your fling. I hope you never regret. You go to parties to dance and sing. I do the same to forget. And when I look at the couple in love, I watch them with envy and keep thinking of happy-go-lucky you and broken-hearted me. There we go, a little bit of Al Boldy for you there. For John Isaacs. This one goes out to Claire and Mort. Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has Macheath, dear, and he keeps them pearly white. Now, interestingly, we know this song was a kind of a swing classic, but it's originally a song from Weimar, Germany. Friedrich Holland did this one, I think. Oh no, Kurt Weill wrote this one. And the original chart sounds like this. Oh, the shark bites with his teeth, dear. Scarlet billows start to spread. It's very straight. Fancy gloves, though, where's Macheath, dear? So there's never a trace of red. But of course we all know it from Frank Sinatra, don't we? Now where are we going? Oh, I mentioned Anita Harris earlier on. This is a little dedication that goes to Vicky McCallum. Oh, this wonderful song which I remember from the wonderful Anita Harris singing. It goes like this. Stars shining bright above you, night breezes seem to whisper I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree, dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me, just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me, while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading but I linger on, dear, still craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till morn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you, sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever may be, dream a little dream of me. Did I see that the wonderful Dandy Wellington's in New York? Yes, Dandy! Hello, Dandy! Any other people in from New York this evening? This one's for you guys. East side, west side, all around the town. The tots sang ring around rosy London bridges falling down. Boys and girls together, me and Mamie O'Rourke, trip the light fantastic on the sidewalks of New York. Hey, Danny, that one's for you. Danny's a wonderful band leader based in New York and sings hot jazz and songs from the 1920s and 30s. He's a great friend of mine, and I hope I'll post a link to some of his music. I'm sure you'd really enjoy it, and I can send him your way. Now, we had a request. Our last request of this medley is from Talia Dawn on YouTube. She requested this one, the easiest song in the history of music hall. Ta-da-da-boom-die, 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 ta-da-da-boom-die. Hey, they don't write them like they used to anymore, do they? That's for Talia Dawn. There we go. Well, I'm afraid we're almost coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. As I said, so many requests. If you've got requests for next week or weeks after, do put them through my website on the request form there. A final, over to Faye for some final shout-outs.
I've got a couple. I've got one from Keeley saying hello to her son, Leon.
Hey, Leon from Keeley.
And also, Mark Terry, Jason is missing you.
Oh, Jason's missing you. Oh. There we go. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining in this evening, singing along at home. And a huge thank you to Faye over here on comments. You come across Faye.
Oh, God.
Faye's not been on camera before. So this is my wife, Faye. Hey! My long-suffering wife sitting here working on the comments. So there we go. And a huge shout out to Marcus as well. Marcus, who's sorting out my back end, as it were. Excuse me. Who helps me with my social media and stuff. So he's working the back end as well this evening. So thank you to Marcus. And of course, a round of applause for your very good selves. Because if you hadn't sung along this evening, I would have just been a sad man crying over a piano. So thank you for validating my career choice and giving me the love I never got as a child, as I say. So as I said, you can buy CDs on my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk. And also, if you fancy throwing some coins my way in my virtual tip jar, you can do that too on the front page of my website. Thank you so much. I have to say thank you so much for the regular watchers and the not so regular watchers who are donating into my tip jar. It's much appreciated and gives me the opportunity to continue doing what I'm doing and keep these live streams going. So thank you so much. And also those people who are putting into the tip jar every week. It is much, much appreciated. Thank you. So the last Monday for this evening, we've had lots of requests for Cockney musicals, be it My Fair Lady, Oliver. So I'm going to crack on with some of these for you. This is on page 8 of your songbooks. This first one goes out to Charlotte Manship. Charlotte Manship, she's 12 on Saturday. Happy birthday for Saturday, Charlotte. This is for you. She wanted something from Oliver, and it goes like this. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself one of the family. We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself well in. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares whatever we got we share? It's your chance to be. We should see some harder days. Empty larder days, a white grouse. Always a chance we'll meet somebody to foot the bill. Then the drinks are on the house. Consider yourself our mates. We don't want to have no fuss. For after some consideration we can stay. Consider yourself one of us. Now this one goes out to Joseph in Germany. He was asking for some My Fair Lady. How about this one then? All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. With one enormous chair or wood, and it'd be lovely. And a banana, lots of chocolate for me to eat. Lots of coal, making lots of heat. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet, oh would, and it'd be lovely. Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. Core blimey, I would never budge till spring crept up my windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. Who takes good care of me? Oh, wouldn't it be lovely, 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 lovely. We'll skip on to another one from My Fair Lady. This is for Joseph too. I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time. I've got to be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in my prime. Girls, come and kiss me, show how you miss me, but get me to the church on time. If I am dancing, roll up the floor. If I am whistling, wash me out the door. For I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Kick up the rumpus, but don't lose the compass. And get me to the church, get me to the church. For God's sake, get me to the church on time. Last one for this evening. Grab your drinks, give us a sway. And it goes like this, 'cause there's a little ditty they're singing in the city, especially when they've been on the gin or the beer. If you got the patience, your own imaginations will tell you just exactly what you want to hear. Oh, papa, papa. Let's see your pictures of your papa-ing. Share them over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Papa, papa. Oh, yeah, when they say, oh, wherever you want. Mr. Percy Snodgrass would often have the odd glass, but never when he thought anybody could see. Secretly he'd buy it, drink it on the quiet, and dream he was an earl with a girl on his knee. Here we go! Oh, papa, papa, that's how it goes. Oh, papa, papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose. Well, we need to do a Champagne Charlie key change last time. Oh, papa, papa, that's how it goes. Oh, papa, papa, everyone knows. They all suppose what they want to suppose when they're on papa. There we go, ladies gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this evening and singing along at home. Make sure you share some pictures of you singing along as well so I can see, and I'll put those together as a little montage next week. See you this time next week, 8:30 till 9:30 on Thursday night for our VE Day sing-along. Also on Thursday morning at 11 o'clock for a little 15-minute VE Day sing-along, aimed specifically at primary schools. More information for that on the website. And have a great week. Stay safe, keep singing, and I shall see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.